Hey everybody, what's going on today? It is Jacob here and I'm back bringing you guys another video today. In today's video, I am actually going to be talking to you guys about my 10 favourite Nintendo 64 games. But before we get into that part of the video, I would just like to say I haven't made a video in a week due to the fact that I have been once again live streaming on twitch.tv, as I'm sure many of you know what that is. My Twitch ID is ShadowDude751. I will leave a link to my Twitch in the description below if you want to go check my Twitch out. I stream Zelda, I stream Diddy Kong Racing, I stream mostly Nintendo games and PC games. But until I get a HD Elgato game capture card, I will not be streaming console. So if you like old games or PC games, then go check out my channel. I mean, it's, you know, I like to enjoy myself or playing games, and yeah, just go check. If you want to go check me out, then yeah, the link will be down there. But that's out the way. I wanted to get out of the way. So yeah, today I'm actually going to be basically just giving you a quick video on. I've actually got my games wrote down on the next page. And I need to put. Where did I put my pen? I put a pen. Oh, there they are. Sorry about this, guys. Yeah. So, I'm just quickly writing down the numbers. Yeah, like, not every game that everyone will like is on this list. So there are games that some people will like, and there's some games that people will hate. So we're going to get straight in with number 10, and number 10 is actually a game that I actually found was pretty interesting, but I didn't realise that what game it was until a certain time later, and that is Bomberman 64. Now, when this game came out, I actually literally thought this was a first-person shooter. Now, at the time I was, I think, 3 years old, and the game came out, and, you know, I didn't really know what to expect. And I played it with my brother, and he went out for the day and he said I can play on his Nintendo 64. Exception with a couple of games that he would not let me play. But we'll get back to that later. We'll get to that later in the video. And one of the games was Bomberman 64. As a 3-year-old, I thought that was a shooting game. It's nothing like a shooter game at all. It's actually, if you don't know what it is, basically you're a little, I can't remember his, I don't know if he has a name. Hang on, I'm trying to, hang on. The original, I'm trying to, I don't know what his name is. The storyline. I don't know, I'll just call him Bomberman anyway. But yeah, I actually thought this was a first-person shooter, and I played it and it was nothing like it. It's basically, the plot is the games are set somewhere in a galaxy known as the Bomber Nebula, usually on Bomberman's home planet, which is Planet Bomber. Basically, the general goal throughout the series is to complete levels by strategically placing bombs in order to kill enemies and destroy obstacles. That's basically what it is. And I literally thought this game was amazing when I played it. I love this game so much, so that is number 10. Sorry I rambled on with a bit with that one, but I just wanted to go back into my story. Number 9, this game I actually thought was really fun for the time it was. And that game is actually Diddy Kong Racing. Now, surprisingly, I stream this game a lot. Like, literally, go and ask some of my followers on Twitch. Like, they'll say to them, what game does Jake stream the most? And they will literally either say Diddy Kong Racing or Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, in my opinion, Diddy Kong Racing is the best racing game ever made, in my personal opinion. Absolutely brilliant. The story is fantastic. The characters are amazing. The music's wonderful. There's so much good things about this game, and it's made by Rare as well, which are a fantastic game company. And if you've never heard of them, or if you've played an N64 and you've played like GoldenEye and all that, then you would have heard of them. But if you haven't, then they're responsible for making the Viva Pinata series, the Banjo-Kazooie series, the GoldenEye. They've made so many great games for the Nintendo and Microsoft. Even though they went down a bit since they were bought out by Microsoft in 2001. So, but yeah, that's Diddy Kong Racing. Number 8 is the same, it's like in the same style as Diddy Kong Racing, and that is Mario Kart 64. Now, I didn't really play Mario Kart 64 as much, because again, I played Diddy Kong Racing a lot, and you know, I never really played Mario Kart before, but I played it and I actually really liked it. But not as good as Diddy Kong Racing in my opinion, because Diddy Kong Racing has a story, technically, and Mario Kart 64 didn't. But in terms of the multiplayer, I prefer Mario Kart 64 to Diddy Kong Racing, because obviously Mario Kart has battle mode and everything in it, and that's really fun to play with friends. My favourite character for Mario Kart is Toad, and it will always be Toad or Yoshi. So, and actually, that brings me on to the number 7. The 7th game I like in my top 10 is Yoshi's Story. Now, I don't know if one of my friends is subscribed to my channel, but I have a friend called Joe. He is obsessed with Yoshi's Story. He loves Yoshi so much, and you know, I said to him when I first met him, have you ever heard of a game called Yoshi's Story or whatever? And he was like, yes, that game is amazing. Like, literally that. And then we became good friends since, so yeah, again, for a 2D platformer game, it's not that bad. So, again, story is really good. Graphics, well, for a 2D game, they weren't too bad. They could have been a little bit better. But, like, again, it's a 2D game, so I can't really expect too much from it. Number 6, now, this game, I'm sure is actually, at the moment, one of the most well, actually, it is one of the most popular games in the world. That's a Nintendo game. Sorry, and that is the original Super Smash Bros. Now, when I played this for the first time, I didn't play the original. I played Melee on the GameCube, but then my original copy for that broke, and my brother still had his Nintendo 64 at the time, before he was going to move to PlayStation 2 and everything. And I said, right, before you sell it, let's play some old games. So we got out the original Super Smash Bros. Or Smash Bros. Or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was called. I think it's Smash Bros. But yeah, he got that out and we played it for literally about 4 hours. That game is so fun. But again, I never really played it as much because I played Melee more. And I never really played Brawl at all. I will be getting the new one for the Wii U though, so. But, yeah. Are we on number 5? Yeah, number 5 is Mario 64. Now, again, this game blew me away with literally it was a really good launch title for the Nintendo 64 back in, I think it was November or something, or October, November, 1996. I wasn't born, but when I was 1, my brother introduced me to video games. My brother, my dad, and my uncle, they all introduced me to video games, and they would all play Nintendo 64 or PlayStation 1 or whatever, and then they all got me into it. And the first game I actually remember playing was the original Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, obviously. But yeah, I never really had too many good memories with it because I was always dying a lot. And I never used to play it a lot because, again, I was playing Diddy Kong Racing and everything. But I gotten back to it recently and I absolutely love the game. It's such a great game. The graphics, again, for a launch title, absolutely wonderful. Story is amazing now. I can actually play the story. Yeah, everything about that game is so fun. Number 4. Now, apparently... Now, I actually know what I'm on about. I actually tend to agree that this is the best first-person shooter game of all time. And that is GoldenEye 007 from the Nintendo 64. What a game, literally, based off a movie. This has actually got to be the best movie game ever made for a console. Again, it's made by our friends at Rare, and back in those days, they never seemed to make a wrong game. They made a few games that were highly underrated, but they were never hated. It's just like a lot of people never played them. But like Rare was popular back in the 90s with its games, I can tell you. But yeah, back to GoldenEye. I played this once, again, back in the day. I played most of these games again recently, and this is why I brought them all back into like now. My dad played this a lot. My dad completed 00 Agent. It took him a really long time to complete the GoldenEye on 00 Agent difficulty, because for the main reason is that one of the levels called, I think it's called Train, whatever it was, apparently he said it was the most difficult level on a James Bond game he has ever played. And I tried it recently and I was like, oh my god, this level is so hard. Like, literally, I could not do that level at all, and it really frustrated me. Like, really, really did. And, you know, but multiplayer, never played multiplayer on GoldenEye, but I've heard it's meant to be one of the best first-person shooter social multiplayer games that you would ever play, so I need to play that as soon as I can with some friends. So that is GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64. Right, now we're down into our last three. Now, these three, I can't really... One of them is the best game of all time. The other two are actually sort of related to that. So, let's just go with number 3. And let's just go. Yeah, the number 3 is Donkey Kong 64. Again, made by Rare. Now, this was actually, I believe, one of the first games to introduce the expansion pack, because the game was so big, it required the expansion pack to play. This game came out in 1999. I was 3. Yeah, I was 3 years old. I remember my brother getting this when he got it, and he was so hyped to play it. And, you know, I remember him literally going out of his mind at my mum to say, please get this now, we need to get this. And so we got it, we came home and played it, and literally it was, as a 3-year-old, I can remember it was one of the best gaming days I've literally ever had in my life. Donkey Kong 64 is such a big game, it has so much stuff in it to do. Literally. And, sorry about that. Like, yeah, but that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's such a big game. It has so much to do in it, and like, I would never be disappointed with Donkey Kong 64. I have downloaded this for the Project 64 emulator, but so I will be playing this as soon as I can, because I really want to relive these gaming days again, and my brother wants to play it again. So yeah, that is Donkey Kong 64. Again, you can play between. I'm trying to remember the characters' names. Actually, no, I'll look them up. Obviously, we've got Donkey Kong. We've got Lanky Kong, which actually sounds like a really rude Kong. Tiny Kong. Dixie Kong. Wait, is the chimpanzee in the younger sister? Dixie Kong. Chunky Kong. We've got. Wait. And we've got Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong I literally used to play the most as, because he was awesome. Literally. Yeah. So that is Donkey Kong 64. Number 2 is probably, again, another really great first person shooter, and it was made by Rare again, and that is the original Perfect Dark. This game is phenomenal, literally phenomenal. I don't know why I did that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, what a game! What a game! Absolutely fantastic. I mean, nothing. This game was highly rated. Like, literally, this game had so much like love and liked and everything. Like, the only thing I didn't like was the box art was different for the UK version. We had like, I prefer the Americans box art for Perfect Dark. but like, I'm actually looking at an image of it now, and I was like, oh my god. And then Perfect Dark Zero came out in 2005 for the 360 as a launch title. That game was really popular up till middle of 2006, because obviously Call of Duty 3 came out and everything, and Perfect Dark Zero just got pushed directly to the side. Everyone just went off that and straight to COD, and you know it's never, and now it's underrated. So, but yeah, Perfect Dark, absolutely fantastic game. Multiplayer is fantastic as well. You could actually put bots on multiplayer too if you didn't have a mate over or anything. Which is another thing I like about Perfect Dark, is that if I don't have internet, I can go on my 360's version of Perfect Dark Zero and just put bots on, and just, you know, because like, I always put them on the hardest difficulty though, because I don't like playing against bots that are on easy difficulty, because you could just get a high kill streak in a minute, and it's pointless. And I know I like a challenge in my games. So that is Perfect Dark Zero. I'm actually ticking these off as I go. Now, we're on 16 minutes, oh my goodness. But now we're on to the last game. And I'm sure a lot of people know what I'm about to say as a game. And that is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. If you haven't seen my review on that, go and watch that review. If you don't want to stay for this last bit, go and watch the review. I will be actually at some point doing a more proper opinion on these games in separate videos. So, but yes, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Words can't describe how much I love that game. Literally, it's got everything going for it. It's, you know, people say RPG, I say adventure game. You know, like, there's so much to do in it. There's a huge open world. There's side quests you can do. There's mini games you can play. There's different enemies. You can talk to loads of different people. The graphics are wonderful, the music is amazing, the character design is fantastic, everything about this game is wonderful. Literally everything about this game is absolutely wonderful. Literally, like Link, you could lock on. I think this was one of the first games that they put lock on, so if you were trying to attack an enemy, you could press Z on the back of the controller, which I will show you now, which was, I've got my controller, and I've dropped it. But yeah, that button there, Z, you could use that to lock onto enemies, which I thought was really cool. I actually play this the most on my stream on Twitch. So, yeah. But yeah, Link could do anything, literally. He could use weapons like projectiles, bombs, and magic spells. You know, I don't want to spoil it for you. Like, so I'm not really going to explain too much on it, because there's so much I could explain, and I explained loads of it in my video for the review on it. But yeah, guys, that is it. We are now officially on 18 minutes for recording this video. I'm sorry it's taken this long, but literally, once I start talking about a game I officially love, I cannot stop, literally. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please do not forget to leave me a thumbs up by clicking that like button. No, not there. Right down there. That literally pointed, I was pointing at something else. But yeah, right down there in the corner, right down there. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're brand new. Don't forget to check out my Twitch. I will leave that again in the description below. And I will see you in my next video, which will be in a few days. And I'm promising you, I am now back officially. It's just I've been busy live streaming on Twitch and everything. So, yeah, guys, I will see you in my next video. Peace, chill out, and have a great rest of your Thursday evening. So see you later. Goodbye.